Ladies and gentlemen, today is Buddha's teaching day. 2,936 years ago, Buddha Shakyamuni taught Dharma in Varanasi, India. And since then, many people practice Dharma. I also teaching Dharma many different places. And this lady, Christina, she learned from me 1 week Dharma, so she shared you her view about Buddhism.
Thank you. Hi there. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about the Buddhist view of faith. So today I'm going to share with you 5 things in this view about faith: the definition of faith, the intention of faith, the objects of faith, how to practice faith, and finally the result of faith. In the Buddhist view, the first thing I'd like to tell you about is the definition of faith, and that is trust in the present moment positive thinking. So what does this mean? It means that I trust in this present moment that my positive thinking is real and true. Trust is the key to faith, because without it, faith falls apart. The second thing I'd like to tell you about is the intention of faith, which is basically that I want to increase my happiness, the causes of my happiness, and the conditions of all beings' happiness. The Buddhist view includes 3 levels of faith, and they are wish, aspiration, and commitment. Wish intention basically says, I want to increase my positive thinking. So it's a wanting of faith. Aspiration says, I believe that I can increase my positive thinking. It's a trusting of faith. And commitment intention is the strongest, which says that I will increase my positive thinking. And this is what the Buddhist view calls irreversible faith. So as you can see, these 3 levels of faith are getting progressively stronger and more clear in their focus, in the goal of increasing positive thinking. The third thing I'd like to tell you about faith are the 3 objects of faith, which in the Buddhist view are ground Buddha, path Buddha, and result Buddha. The first object is ground Buddha, and ground Buddha is the true nature of my thinking and all beings' thinking, which is true happiness. The Buddhist view says that true happiness is Buddha. Thus, the true nature of my thinking and all beings' thinking is Buddha, which is true happiness. The second object of faith is path Buddha, which is the path to true happiness, and that is my positive thinking. So my positive thinking is both the cause and the condition of true happiness in a process that unfolds in my everyday life. So this is the one that we really need to increase. The third object of faith is result Buddha, and this is the ultimate goal, which is that I realize that my true nature is Buddha, and I become Buddha in this very life. And with that, all beings realize that their true nature is Buddha, which is true happiness, and they also become Buddha in this very life. So this means 0 negative karma and 0 negative thinking, and that is true happiness, and that is Buddha. And in this, it's essential that we remember that there are countless result Buddhas that are spontaneously blessing us, lovingly guiding us, and never separate from us. Countless beings have already achieved result Buddha, and they have used these methods that we are talking about today. And so they are helping us on our journey, so we can look to them for guidance and support. The fourth thing I'd like to tell you about today is the practice of faith. So in all of this talking about faith, how do we do this? And in the Buddhist view, the best way is to increase positive thinking. And specifically, there is a system of 5 positive thinkings. And they are renunciation, compassion, faith itself, love, and wisdom. And if we increase these 5 positive thinkings, then this will make faith very strong. And to do this, we need 3 things: belief, trust, and certainty. Belief says that I believe that my positive thinking is good. So this is the first step. Trust says that my positive thinking is good. So this is getting stronger now. And certainty says that I am certain that my positive thinking is good. I know this. This is a definite knowing of faith, irreversible. So in the practice of faith, belief and trust and certainty must be real and present. Positive thinking must be clear in your mind, not foggy. Otherwise, you can't realize that you're already holding faith. It's like being thirsty, so thirsty, and not realizing that you already have a glass of water in your hand. Most people are very thirsty for faith. And they always look outside of themselves everywhere as if it were some kind of external object. And they don't realize that true faith can only come from within. And this is my story also. I realize now that everything that I need is within me already. My faith is inside, and I'm unfolding it now. I have it. So in developing faith, it's very helpful to support your practice of positive thinking by surrounding yourself with what we call sangha, which is the positive thinking of others. So these good conditions, people who think positive, maybe other people who practice Buddhism specifically, these things will create conditions that support your practice of positive thinking. And that's very, very good, especially for beginners. This will help you to learn Dharma and to practice it repeatedly in your everyday life, because repetition is very important. This is part of making faith strong. Contemplating Dharma and meditating frequently are also part of repetition, very important. This builds a solid foundation of irreversible faith. Then your faith in Dharma will become irreversible because of your realization of faith. And everything will become more clear and pure in your thinking, and obstacles will decrease. So the final thing that I'd like to tell you about is the result of faith, which is love. If you have faith, then you will have love, and you will be able to love yourself and others freely, unconditionally. Because you cannot love others if you do not love yourself. You must love yourself first. And then you will be able to be of the highest good and service to yourself and all sentient beings. So today I've told you about 5 things in the Buddhist view of faith: the definition, the intention, the objects, the practice, and the result of faith. Thank you so much for listening to this talk. And if you'd like more information, check out our website.